since we've had so much of positive feedback about the multidisciplinary approach, I think my next question goes to Mr. Nitin Goyal. Sir, what kind of ventures are being funded in the EdTech space, and what do you think is the future of ACadru from the scalar perspective? Now that we've listened to all of this from all our panelists.
Hi, Madhita. First of all, congratulations to the team to build up a good product. From EdTech perspective, so far, most of the funding has been focused on things that take offline to online. Very often do you see systems like live classes because of the pandemic and people not being there, not being able to physically go to school, they have taken online classes. Or you have tuitions and doubt clearing mechanisms. But most of it is basically offline systems and availability of things moving to an online platform. And investors have just loved that for the simple reason that it is easy to understand, it is easy to scale up, and people feel that returns are quicker. For a purely online born and bred system like ACadru, scaling up is a direct function of the support that the teaching ecosystem gives to a platform like this. I'm very happy to hear Professor Singhal and Professor Mittal talk about the need for this sort of a platform and a need for multidisciplinary education really being the future in our studies abroad and having gone to some of the best colleges abroad and some of the best colleges in India. I'm sad in a way to say that this thing is very stark. In India, it is still very uniform. If you look at the sort of background of people who are coming in into any of the top programs in the country, be it the IITs, IIMs, they're all like cut out of the same mold. Now, that is great if you are still living in the 20th century where everything is like for lifetime. You get onto one kind of a career and you carry it on till the end of your career, like 25, 30 years, you keep doing the same thing. In a world of today, that really doesn't work because
Right.
you need to be able to learn, unlearn, relearn on a constant basis. In my own line of work, which is investment management, I have to do this on a daily basis because I have a corpus of capital that I have to deploy. I have to give that money to the best idea that will make me most money. And for doing that, I need to know multiple domains quite quickly. I cannot say that, okay, I will do in only one domain because all domains go through their own business cycles. Now, for an investor, a very broad-based education system is very important. A platform like ACadru really fits in there. But there is a lot of mindset change that needs to be done. We commissioned a survey and the result was very interesting because what happened was we spoke about 50 odd parents. When we asked them, look, do you think multidisciplinary is needed in your own jobs? They said yes. Then we asked them, okay, if that is the case, would you like to pay for a platform? And they were like, We were like, okay, now we divided that up into two parts. We said it is mandated by the system, by the ecosystem, by your teachers, by your schools. Do you want to do it? They're like, yes, we are ready to pay. The other side, we asked, okay, this is something that you are doing because of your own experience. You are doing it because you see this in your daily life. Do you still want to go ahead and do it? And the answer was like, if the school says we'll do it, otherwise we don't know. So just that lack of confidence that parents have and the lack of handholding and the ability to take on their own desires and bring them out, I see that really missing. And that is why a lot of my friends from the industry will say there's not even a big enough market for something like ACadru.
Right.
But when the ecosystem, from the college ecosystem, the school ecosystem, it comes into play and NEP 2021 comes into play and they say, look, all said and done, we also want to change. We also want to bring this in. We are not stuck in the 20th century mindset. We are moving to the 21st century ourselves. That's when parents start accepting it because it's like coming from the people who really are the experts in this domain. So So from an investor standpoint, the buy-in of the education ecosystem is very important, and I'm really thankful to Professor Mittal, Professor Singhal, Mrs. Bhargav, that they are the people who are actually understanding this entire platform and bringing it to fruition.
True.